Hi there, today I'm going to show you how to knit an I-cord using a more mechanical type of machine. This machine that I've got here is called a Tulip knitter, and it has 4 needles inside which you crank with the handle, and I-cord comes out the bottom just here. So what I'm going to show you is how to cast on, how to knit, and then how to cast off when you've got the length that you want. Now, some of these knitters are quite picky about a type of yarn that they use. So I'm using quite a thin, I think it's like a sock weight, it's very thin. It's not a normal DK knit. So I'm going to see how this one turns out. So for this machine, what you need to do first is you need to put your yarn through the little yarn guide that's on the side and pull it through. And then what you need to do is put the yarn down the middle of the machine, all the way down, and it will come out down the bottom there. Now, this machine does also come with a weight like this, when you simply press in, and it will get the yarn to sit in that hole, so it pulls it down so it doesn't come loose. So I'm just going to attach that now. So here's my yarn, and I'm going to push it in and push it. There it is, all the way through. And then what you can do then is, once you've cast on your stitches, you can sort of make it more taut. Okay, so what you need to do is, now you've got it up through the little guide here, you've got a little groove at the top, and it goes through there. And then you're going to cast on. Now with these machines, you're only going to cast on every other needle. So I'm going to turn the handle very carefully. Okay, so that one's gone in there, but I don't want it to go on this one here. So I'm going to use my hook and just move it past that second one. Turn it again, and it needs to go underneath the third needle, and then the fourth needle, it needs to go round. This is the tricky bit, trying to get it to make sure it doesn't go through or go round that last needle. I'll just bring it round a bit more, I think. This is quite tricky. Right, and then it just comes around. There we go, we got there. And then, so you should now have it looking on just the 2 needles. And then you're literally going to crank very, very slowly all the way round, so all the 4 needles have the yarn on them. Okay. And then what you can do is you can keep pulling your yarn. Not quite sure what's happened to this one. Okay, let's just go with it. Oh, that's okay actually. And you literally just keep cranking. I'm going to get a load more yarn off of my ball. I've got a massive cone of wool here to use. So, and then you keep going, and it will knit, and you can pull down on the bottom as you crank. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a crank now and just get it going. Hear it going chug, 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 chug. It's definitely doing something. Here we are. I'm going to do a bit more off of my cone. I'm just going to keep going, and you can see that I'm just holding the yarn at the side to give it a little bit of tension, just there. So it all depends on what sort of yarn you're using as to the tension that you need. So I'm not holding it tight, pulling down again, and soon you'll see the first bit of I-cord coming out down the bottom. So I'm going to just knit a little bit more, get it off my massive cone and see how it looks. Looking good so far. Okay, it's still got to come down a bit more. So what will happen, the weight will start to go down as you knit. So you just need to trying to keep the actual tension nice and taut. Let's do a few more. And keep pulling it down as well. Oh, it's just coming through, so I'll do a little more. Just see it on the bottom there. Yeah, there it is. So now you can just see it poking out at the end. And as you knit, that will obviously just get longer and longer until the length that you want it to be. So I'm just going to do a little bit more, and you can see how it's looking. Keep pulling down, and now you can see it a lot more. That's actually very sweet and small because my yarn's quite thin, little I-cord. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep cranking, and I'll show you what it looks like as it gets longer. Okay, so I've just been about 6 minutes, and this is the I-cord that's come out. As you can see, it's very nicely knitted there. It's a bit hard to tell. So what I'm going to do is I now just need to cast off. So obviously I've still got all my stitches in my machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a length of my yarn up here. Okay, so I'm just going to about 12 inches or so. There we go. Now, all you need to do now is take your stitches off the needle. Now, there's a few ways that you can do this. So I'm just going to take this out. Now, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to just knit around again and just take all of them off, and then I'm just going to literally pull through the top. Okay, all right, so let's pull this out. So now what you've got is you've got a top, but these stitches are all still live. So what I need to do is I need to bind them together so that they don't fall off. So I'm going to put my yarn onto my needle here. And I'm literally just going to join each stitch together. So there's that one. Oh, and there's that one. And I'm going to come round to the third one and stitch through. And then I've just got one more to do here. I'm just going to put my needle through, and they are all now nice and secure. And the same on the other end, because it started off so nicely. I've got a nice start there. This is probably the thickest wool that I would use for this particular machine. I could go to DK, but then you run the risk of it sort of snagging. But this is quite a nice size of wool. And I'm sure it's a sock weight. It's a very thin one. And there you are. There's my I-cord. So what I might do now, I could make it into a little necklace. I could make it into perhaps a double bracelet. like that. I've got a few options now. I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial there, and I'll be back with some more I-cord inspiration again very soon. Take care, bye.